Good evening. My name is Desmond Dunkley, and I welcome you to our Back to School night. And as I share this information with you this evening, my goal is to let you get a better glimpse as to who I am and also who it is that is teaching your son or your daughter. I am very excited for the privilege to be here teaching pre-calculus. I trust that as the year goes on, and your child is exposed to the different challenges that I'll expose them to, that you will be impressed and you will see the growth that I anticipate. I just want to start by letting you know that I believe that all our children are gifted, and it takes special effort and special strategies to help to bring that brilliance out of each child. It is my goal to work with your son or with your daughter so that that can be evident. Um, just to give you an idea of my background, I went to school in Jamaica. I'm a graduate of the University of the West Indies with a double major in math computer science. I worked in corporate for quite a number of years, and I earned an MBA, a Master's in Business Administration, specializing in management, and also a Master of Arts, specializing in educational leadership and supervision. I'm currently starting my 24th year as a math teacher, and it is my 19th year in Long Branch High School. I also worked for 17 years as a computer programmer and systems engineer. That's just to give you a backdrop as to where I am coming from. I expect my students to be prepared to learn. What does that involve? It involves having proper equipment, including notebook binders, even a folder to keep your things organized, pen and pencils, and definitely a scientific calculator. It doesn't have to be one of the expensive calculators, but your child should have a decent calculator that can do trigonometry and other very important calculations. Our grading system is adjusted so that you have 200 points per marking period. Those 200 points will be earned 50 points every 2 weeks. And those 50 points are broken down so that you have 15 points for the student to teacher engagement, 15 points for the student to student engagement, and then there'll be 20 points allocated for assessments of the student's mastery of the content. What do I expect? I do expect that our students will be respectful. I will be given a lot of respect, but I in turn expect that the students will respect me as their teacher and also will respect their classmates. I never have problem with discipline, and I don't expect to have any this year. Attendance, even though we're having remote classes, I want our students to focus on that 4-hour slot as time for school. Everything else takes second place. It is time for school, so attendance is important. Punctuality is important. I expect my students to show some effort by participating in the discussion, asking questions, giving answers, and allowing me to get that feedback so I know that they're learning. We are now in a remote environment, distant learning, so therefore there are certain things that I would expect. You know, there should be control of the audio. It should be muted when the student is not speaking, but it should be unmuted when it's time for him or her to speak. Concerning video, I would really love to have the privilege of having that direct interaction with my students. Teaching to a blank screen is not fun. As a matter of fact, I want my students to think of this as being in class. So they get up, prepare for school, and present themselves as if they're in the class. So a video or having the camera on would be extremely helpful. There are some unusual circumstances that would make it difficult, and that I respect and understand, but under normal circumstances, video should not be a problem, the camera should not be a problem, and we should be able to talk face to face as this allows. I expect good study habits. If I tell you I'm giving a test, I expect my students to do the proper preparation for the test. I expect that my homework, my assignments are completed on time and turned in on time. I am available for office hours on Mondays and Thursdays from 12:45 to 1:40. Also, my students can email me at any time. The email address is ddunkley@longbranch.k12.nj.us. I'm teaching pre-calculus, both honors and regular. These are college courses, and by nature require a higher level of effort, a higher level of rigor. So it is okay for your child to say that it's difficult, but your child will not be alone. There's a tremendous amount of support that I provide, but my students have to put in the effort. This is not middle school. This is not freshman year. Again, this is pre-calculus. So therefore it takes a different level of sacrifice, a different level of effort in order to achieve growth and success. I am very inspired by quotes that have an impact on me. I share this one. I do not know the author. It says, "We all need someone who inspires us to do better than we know how." Another one that touches me that says, "Teaching is not a profession. It's not a job. It is a passion." And of course, John F. Kennedy is known to have said, "All of us do not have equal talent, but all of us should have an equal opportunity to develop our talent." So true. As your child's teacher, I plan to do everything humanly possible. I plan to be available. I plan to invest in the education of your son or your daughter. In the process, I'm also expecting to have that partnership with you so that we can commit to work together to prepare him or to prepare her for college and also for the work environment. I trust that you will enjoy the rest of the evening, and I can be reached at 732-229-7300. But more preferably, I would encourage you to email me at ddunkley@longbranch.k12.nj.us, because if you call, I might be in a class, and then that would not be appropriate. So if you email me, I promise you I'll get back to you. I trust that this was helpful and that you understand my expectation. I think we're going to have a great year. I plan to do everything possible to make it exciting, but most importantly, my students will learn and will improve. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.